Hi guys, Boat here once again. We are back with more WARNO. This is a replay commentary, just to mix it up a little bit and get some more content for you guys to enjoy in a slightly different format than usual. So hopefully all of you are having a wonderful day. And we're going to be diving into a destruction game. That's right, we're playing Airport on the destruction variant. 16,000 points for us to win. We got an hour to reach that. We're playing with FreshPrince, Holly and Nonchalant. Nonchalant is a random. Against Galamon, Big Sedan, Ababas, and Q Caso? Yeah, Q Caso. Yours truly is playing as the US Mechanized, the 24th. So we're kind of going for this region here. While our random is going on the far left, we got FreshPrince going middle, Holly taking over here, and I'm also going for the far right side to just slightly defend it. So we are opening with 2 Eagles right off the bat, and before we actually get into that action, let me show you guys what kind of units I'm using. We got Fire Team Dragons, M67 teams, a Command, and a couple of Manpad teams going over here, just to kind of spread around and have some range capabilities. Now on the right side, we are moving some Bradleys with Fire Team Laws. We also have some Engineers with the Flash, and we have a couple of recon helis that we're gonna spread out, and we also have a lot of manpads that are going to the right side. So let's go 1 speed and just see how this goes. So capping zones in destruction is very important. You get more income for each zone, so this is 3 points extra income, that's 4 points, and so on. And the more zones you cap, the less income the enemy will get as well. That doesn't mean that if I cap this zone, they get 3 points less income. If I, let's say, take over the majority of the zones, we have more income than the enemy does. So that way, taking zones is also very important in destruction. But the more zones you take, the less zones they can take and the less income they can get. So we see a couple of Mi-24s in the middle. So we have Holly going with his Fighting Falcons. After the Mi-24s, he starts taking them out. And my Eagles are tasked with taking out these planes. So I first target this guy and that guy. As soon as we take out one of them, I evac that one. And we take out the right one as well, and we evac that one immediately. Now I don't think we lost a single plane in that engagement, so that was a really, really good encounter. There goes one Su-27, and there's the other one that crashed. But the Mi-24V in the middle could definitely be a little bit of a problem if we had any helicopters, but luckily we don't. So Nonchalant comes in with his Harrier, really good at destroying helicopters for almost no money. Here's another Harrier going for another Mi-24. Unfortunately, he loses, I believe, all 3 of them trying to take down some helicopters. But at least, you know what? At least he stopped these helicopters. Oh, there you go. He did destroy one Mi-8. So there's that. Over here, we have a couple of engagements going. I have fire teams and M67 squads. We're actually taking down a couple of UAZs with infantry in it. That is going really well. Here I'm just marking for FreshPrince to move his units out of there, because that is my job. My job is to take over here and support his tanks that he's gonna move over the airport. And on the right side, my job is to just hold and defend. So we're up against Caso on the right side. That is pretty much the only place where Caso has been going. So to the far right side and slightly over here. So I'm up against basically 2 people together with with the help of my ally. So I'm not 1v2ing, but I'm 1v1. What is it? 1v2v1? I guess so? No. I don't know. I'm 1v1ing over here, and I'm helping out in the middle where we're up against Big Sedan with the help of FreshPrince. So FreshPrince is playing armored. He's 3rd armored, so his task is just to keep buying tanks upon tanks upon tanks and try to keep these guys busy. But Ababas is playing as the 119, and that it means T80UDs, and that means bad news for these tanks. He got side shot there, and he's gonna have to fall back really quickly. Now over here, I am just kind of playing defensive. So we got fire teams, we got some Bradleys over there, so we're trying to snipe that Strela. We take that out nicely, and we're just defending it. We're not really going too crazy. Trying to hold down the line here. And to do that, we are going to get a Apache at some point. Try to block that off. I mark over here to ask FreshPrince if he could push from there instead, so that I can maybe take over these buildings, and then these tanks will be kind of caught out in the open instead of possibly getting side shot from here. So that's You really want to be strategic with where you push with your tanks from. Okay, so if there's a lot of Metis teams, there you go, more Metis teams moving up. There's a lot of AT gems here, you don't want to push your tanks here, you'll just get crossfired and get shot in the sides. So the dragon teams, they are good, but they're not going to be good against 4 heavy tanks. That's just not going to win you any fights. Over here, we are not trading that well. Bradley is getting hit, but we did destroy one T-72. T-72M actually. And we actually took a hit to the front, but luckily we survived that shot. There's 2 more T-72s. We just had to just fall back a little bit, get some fire team laws, get some M1 IPs, and try to hold that line. Just try to hold it for as long as we can. So over here, we are moving up more units. We have some fire team, dragon teams coming up in Bradley's. These are National Guard ones. We have some more stingers coming up. And we have a command that is kind of standing by in case we need to capture some additional zones. Now on the right side, we have lost a couple units over here. If we just go into neutral mode, we can see that Kazo has a lot of units. There's actually quite a few units over there. Now on the right side, we have Holly with some arrow rifles trying to hold down the right flank. He does lose one of them, but one of them it remains, and he's gonna just garrison one of those buildings and try to hold on for dear life, basically. So here's a bit more, another tip from me, meaning, or for FreshPrince, so that he moves his tanks here and then moves up this way instead of taking this route. Because if we just go into neutral mode, these guys can see pretty much anything, and there's like, luckily for us, there's no like Conquerors or Metis team in the all buildings, but there's a really good possibility that they would have that. But we don't want to risk getting side shot by any AT gems over there. But right now, I have a couple of Bradleys coming in. We're just gonna saturate the front line here with dragon teams, so that his left flank is firmly secure. On the right side, we have our M1 IPs moving in, we have our fire team laws moving in, we have a couple of supply trucks that are basically just standing by, because I'm not really planning to push hard on the right side. Eagles, I'm basically keeping these guys in the air just to be a deterrent. It usually just guarantees that the opponents don't just start, you know, bombing everything. It's always good to keep some planes airborne at all times. It's also great for spotting planes, because planes have really good air detection. So we were getting fired at by the Metis squads here, so we immediately smoked the Bradley, get the fire teams in the buildings, and then get both Bradleys to the front and start hammering these guys. So upon seeing ATGMs, we smoke with the one that is being targeted, and we open fire with the one that isn't being targeted. Here we go, 3 Bradleys going at it. We smoke with that guy before we get hit. Just like that, we clear the buildings of Metis. So that is one way you can really use your APCs effectively. All these fighting falcons are attacking the MI8 on the right side. That is going to be quite the engagement. There goes the MI8, and they are going to be evacing. Unfortunately, not over the best area, it seems, but didn't get hit yet. Oh wow, they actually avoided those missiles too. They got hit once. He's gonna lose one plane. Yeah, he's lost both planes. That really sucks. Wait, no. One plane. One plane destroyed. But he did get some revenge and destroy the other plane. And our AA actually gets the other MiG-23. I didn't even notice that. Very nice. So at this point, we have our Apache on the right side. This guy is just gonna be chilling. And he's gonna be supporting over here wherever we can, just to keep them at a distance. So over here, we can see a lot of tanks. If we just go into neutral mode, there's even more tanks. So we have some BVs there. We have another couple of tanks right there. There's another one coming in. So we have 7 tanks that we need to worry about. And in terms of artillery, there is insane amounts of artillery. There's 2 FOBs. There's already a Uragan, 2 RM70s, 2 Gvastikas just got spawned in. There's another one right there, another one right there. Yeah, there's a lot of artillery being called in by the opponents, and that kind of bummed us out a little bit. We really didn't want to play with too much artillery, you know. So we do try to force their hand, though. We try to move up with our forces to keep them engaged. Now on the right side you can see that Casso definitely has the upper hand. He has a lot of infantry in the forest. Our Bradley is gonna try to take care of these guys. That Machutsen is the problem though with the RPG, and we're gonna take a big old hit here. Yep, and there goes that guy. But the Apache is gonna have to clean that up. M1 IPs will be able to deal with 1 or 2 squads of infantry, so that is fine. They're gonna be trying to they're gonna try to hold that line down. So Apache over here spots the infantry. Although even briefly, but he's going to be cleaning that up, and we do have some more infantry on the way. Some more fire team laws are going to be really, really nice. There you go, Apache with its autocannon is going at it. Machutsen and T-72 spotted. We try to back off from this. We do land a nice hit on a T-72. Are we going to get another one? Looks like we were not, but we did get a good old trade there, so that's fine. Pioneer Flames getting absolutely demolished by the Apache. So all in all, we are containing them, and that is my sole purpose. Over here, 2 Stingers in a high rise, perfect, just to blap any helicopters that might be coming in. And with this second salvo, that Mi-2 is surely going to be taken out. Yep. On the right side, Su-22 coming in for the ACAV, I believe, getting hit by an iHawk, getting taken out by a PVAD. Holly has a ton of AA here. Very nice to see. Now at this point, the RT really starts hammering down on us, and we do have some M109s that are hammering down on the enemy, so we have some artillery on the T-80 BVK over here. But our opponents are really going crazy with it. But that is fine. That's more points that they're spending on artillery that they could have spent on units. But that kind of helps us a little bit. Just a little bit though. Artillery still hurts. Now this M1A1 is actually doing a decent job at stunning the Conkers there. And the Metis, although it is going to get hit quite badly if it doesn't watch out. First one missed, second one got stunned, and with the help of the Apache, 2 Conkers are destroyed just like that. Very nice. Over here we have a fire team and an engineer flash combo following the road over there. We got RM-17 on the right for no reason. I really don't know why. And the Apache is still alive. We just landed it to rearm, refuel, and we're now moving a Chaparral over on the right side to deal with that Mi-2. Now going back to the mid, there is a new plan that is evolving. I'm planning to move some units over here to maybe destabilize this front. We have some fire team Laws and Bradleys moving over. We have some fire team Dragons moving over. We have a couple of Itos moving up. And we have our mortars that are standing by the smoke. But our mortars are now actually going to get hit by artillery. Because I didn't know they had perfect line of sight on them. But that sucks a little bit. We don't lose them, but we are going to take some hits here. On the right side, more engagements. Manpad spotted, firing at my Apache. We actually got hit twice. But we decide to immediately land this guy and get him repaired again, while we move the infantry up over here. Luckily we have plenty of supplies, so we can get this guy fixed up. Come on, buddy. Put that fat ass down. Fire team flamethrowers, T-72, pretty good combo there. Definitely don't want to be messing with that. But with the Law, you can really do a ton of damage in a short amount of time, because you have a really high fire rate, and actually with a side shot, you're gonna destroy some tanks. Here we go. Apache has landed, is gonna quickly repair. As soon as that guy is good to go, he's gonna move up. So we have a lot of units combined here. Fire team Dragons and fire team Laws, all in Bradleys. We have FreshPrince's tank population grouping up here instead of here, because this was really just not a good place for those tanks to be. Now we have some counter battery going in. But unfortunately, we're gonna miss that because they are moving their units. Now, the RM-70s here, I wish we countered these guys if they actually did fire from here, because we would have gotten a fob. But one thing I kind of should have done is move a recon heli up on the right side and try to get into their base. But that was that Mi-2 that was kind of ruining that plan. But yeah, that was a ton of artillery. It was not fun. So the Apache is repaired. We're going to be moving it over to forest once again. These Stinger teams are not in the best spot, but the Apache got us covered. Over here we take out another Igla team, which was exactly my cue to move up my Apache. We're going to be falling back with a couple units and keep the other ones at a defensive position there. Now the ally on the left is actually doing pretty good at pushing into the enemy zone. Lots and lots of man pads, lots and lots of AA in general. Always like seeing that. And he's doing a pretty good job. He's doing a really good job. That is, you know, that is costing them 1.5 points of income. So that is good. We also have this area neutralized. And with this smoke, I am deciding to now push up to these buildings. So we have our mortars firing away at it. Our fire team dragons, our Itos are all moving in. My job is to get units here that can harass these tanks from the side. And perhaps even push them out completely. So FreshPrince's tanks are hurt quite badly. So he's fallen back with those, which is perfectly fine. In the meantime, I'm trying to move my Itos up to harass these T-80s. So at this point, these guys are taking the wrong route. They're really not taking the right direction there. A10 blapping one of them. And with the amount of AT gems, this guy is really not going to be happy. And he is immediately routed. Actually hit by an M1A1. And then finished off by my fire team dragons. That was a pretty good trade. I don't think we lost too much. An A10 was destroyed, but we destroyed an enemy Su-27, a T-80BV. Yeah, so all in all, that was actually pretty good. Over here, Motostrelakis, almost taken out by all the machine guns that we have over here, so that is good. And we're actually moving our fire team dragons up pretty close. The Bradley getting a little bit too close for comfort. We're going to be following that big boy back. Right side still defensive. We're not really pushing up. I'm just trying to contain him in there. So we're just trying to harass, basically, their positions. Now let's see what kind of counter battery efficiency we have. We are actually on target. Big Saddam has not moved his artillery. We're going to see if that actually does some damage. Now over here, fire team dragons moving into the buildings. They're going to be getting into a skirmish with these guys. And the Bradleys and Itos are actually helping at keeping these units at a distance. Look at that. Here we go. Artillery hitting the Gwostikas. We might stun at least one of them. Man, look at the amount of Gwostikas. Just crazy. Guys, if you want to win a game, please don't buy this much artillery. There is an ungodly amount of artillery. Look at this. This is a 4v4. This is 10v10 levels of artillery right there. That is nuts. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that one. That's how you lose the game. That's how you lose the game. Even in destruction, even in conquest. It's not a good idea to have that much artillery. But the Bradleys are having a field day here, taking out the Metis teams. We have their tanks spotted over here, so there's gonna be some artillery raining down on them. Bradleys are nicely cleaning up the Motostrelakis. And all in all, they're just doing a really good job. We're going to go back into... actually, let's keep it in neutral and see if we get some artillery on those tanks. We have an MLRS aiming right on top of the T80BVK combo. Well, the T80UD blob, I should say. And it is now firing, so that might have been the perfect timing, actually. To piss off these tanks and move them back. Ooh, T80BVK got hit there. Well, this is actually pretty good, so if these tanks fall back, it's kind of like out of the frying pan into the fire kind of situation. So these tanks are now moving in. They're going to be met with HA Abrams. They're just not going to have a great time, although our tanks are taking a more heavier beating than the T80UDs. We're trying to do as much damage as we can here. Yeah, the HAs are not at all having a good time. 21 AP-80 gems from the UDs are just rough. Yeah, we did absolutely no damage. Mi-24 getting fired at though by manpads. Here comes the enemy MLRS on the tank, old tank position. That is absolutely fine by me. Now I did call in Strike Eagles, unfortunately though, due to lines of sight, they don't drop. They didn't drop for some reason in this strike. I had them targeted, but they didn't drop. But that's fine. These tanks are messed up. They're now smoking to fall back. We have another tank blob over here. That was definitely going to be doing some damage. We quickly decide to just go for the BMP3 instead, which was not a good trade, but hey, we got something there. Now we are leading with about 4,000 points, so that is fine. Right side is still just contained. Nothing really going on there. We have an Apache and a Cobra combo chilling. So we're just holding position at this point. We are just holding position. Left side is doing better and better. We have Nonchalant pushing up slowly but surely. Nice amount of man-pads. More and more man-pads are being called in, so that is always good to see. And here I mark for buildings that we should probably capture with some ATGMs and try to block tanks at a distance, because our tanks are probably just not gonna do it. Now we do have some good infantry here though. We have a lot of fire team dragons, a lot of man-pads, recoilless guns. So in general we're actually not doing too badly. Now here is a tank blob that is just screaming for an MLRS strike. Unfortunately, our MLRS is still reloading. It's at 60%, and my M109s are moving at the moment, and they're really not going to be doing too much damage. We get a nice little cub kill with the seed, but that was definitely not worth it. We lost one of the seed planes, and it's just not a good trade. We do destroy Estrella there, so that is nice. And we're also going to be taking out 2 Metasty. All in all, not too bad. Not too bad. The MLRS is aiming at the Tunguska. I'm not quite sure why we were aiming at that. We might change targets at some point, but look at the amount of artillery that guy is using. That is just absolutely crazy. These Ghostikas, not sure if they're being microed, but Ababas's Ghostikas are not given a move order as soon as they're done firing, so that is interesting. Countering those would have been possibly a good idea. Now we do have our M109s tasked with countering that, and I do wonder if we got any kills with it. They're firing. The MLRS is now done reloading, but he's not targeting anything just yet. And here we go, we got some good counter battery going on the Ghostikas. They haven't been microed. Now they're gonna take some hits. Do we actually get a kill? I wonder. Ooh. Oh, nice. We actually did. Look at that. Just one though, unfortunately. Just doesn't really do enough damage. You need like 4 M109s. I might have to put more more artillery in my decks. Now at this point, the TA-DUDs are moving in once again. We have an A10 from FreshPrince that is just chilling in the back. Wild Weasel being moved in to try to see if it can find any radar AA. Unfortunately, it cannot. TA-D smoke, which is expected to happen. It does manage to destroy an Mi-24K. Almost destroys an Mi-24V, so that is decent. Not too bad of a trade. Artillery going for the Tunguska. One more direct hit is gonna get it. Yep, that's gonna get it. Nope. Maybe that one? Yep, that one got it. Nice. Abrams are moving in full tilt. This is really cool to see. ATGMs are not cool to see though. That Abrams is dead. Yeah, Abrams are not having a good time. There's just too many. There's just too many tanks. He's moving them in one by one too. Like there's another tank there that you could have moved in. There's another one there. There's some ACAVs here. While these tanks are all nicely grouped up. So that's kind of how you sometimes want to do a push. Preferably you would have them nicely spread out like this. But since they're all bottlenecked like that, you don't want to send them one by one. That's just a death trap. Now over here we are finally moving up. So we have our units moving into the towns. My mission is basically to take the high-rise buildings. So we can just fire 80 gems at them. And let's see if we have our MLRS going at something. Ooh, it is aiming. It is aiming at the back. Oh, that is right on target too. Let's see if that does some damage. Oh man, if those tanks don't move, that's gonna be a bad time for them. It's about to fire. Here it is. It's firing now. Oh, that is good. That's gonna piss them off at least. No kills yet. Oh, here we go. There goes Mi-24. I was hoping for a couple more hits than this. Okay. 2 more helis down. I'll take it. They're destabilized. They're falling back. That's good. I'll take that one. That's fine. Now let's go back into my point of view. As you can see, anything we do move forward is just getting pummeled by artillery. Really not a great time. And on the right side, we just have 4 B-Knights going absolutely crazy. Against a couple poor Machusen. 4 planes moving over. LGB bombers. If we just take out one of these, it is basically game over. There she goes. Now with that, we end a destruction game. 6,200 kills, 3,500 losses. Not too bad. Holly went positive, FreshPrince went positive, and Nonchalant went positive on the left. So we all went positive. The enemy went all negative. Quite a good trade there. Now here's the list in chronological order, basically, with the F-15 Eagles destroying the Su-27s in the beginning. N1IP doing decent. Apache really saving the right side, in my opinion. Stinger team's just going absolutely crazy. Chaparral doing some damage. Fireteam Dragons and Fireteam Laws, just a great combo. MLRS, yeah, we got 4 helis with that one. Strike Eagle. I just didn't use them right. I just didn't have luck with them either. But that was fine. The M109s are good, but I think instead of 2, you need 4 minimum to be able to really destroy some artillery. Otherwise, it's just gonna dislodge. Now, most of our losses were to the T-72s and the Machusen, but in general, we did really good. Yeah, look at that. We destroyed Mi-24, 2 Su-27s. We did lose a Harrier, 2 Harriers in the beginning. I should say 3 Harriers and a seaplane, so I don't know if we actually traded wild there. Destroying the 2 Su-27s was definitely a good call, though. But anyways, that was it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, let me know down in the comment section, and I'll see you guys back soon. Take care.